Tell I got to get a lot in a very little amount of time. Hi, I'm Suzanne Runyon, and we just have an awesome night tonight. And please do it, girls. Stay awake if you're on the West Coast. You know, it's still pretty early there. You've got to see our third hour. But before we get to that, we really have to sort of stop everything we're doing and feature our showstopper for this portion of the show. What makes this machine so awesome? It's because it is the most incredible personal electronic cutter in the world. And I'm talking about cutting everything from vellums to plastics to vinyls to making stencils to on and on. They have put together, the folks at Provo Craft, a brand new configuration that we are launching tonight, and it's incredible. Not only is the Expression machine the most versatile machine in their collection, not only is it the #1 selling machine in their collection, but it is also the newest model, which is Expression 2, which is all touchscreen. And Lori's going to touch on that in just a moment. Let me show you what they've put together in terms of our configuration. You will get 2 full cartridges within the Expression 2 that come with it, preloaded. Then, I haven't gotten to these yet, you are getting 2 brand new additional cartridges. They just recently launched these, and if you're a cartridge junkie, you all want those new cartridges, we've got it. And these are all the images that you use to be able to cut on the machine. Here's what you're getting with the additional cartridges. One of them is Garden Soup, and the other one's called Type Candy. This is $100 in value right here on the 2 additional cartridges. And remember, you're getting 4 cartridges total. You also get your mat that comes along with it. You're getting your USB cable, because I got to tell you, you're going to go berserk when you get into their craft page. You get the instructions. You get, of course, everything included, plus the blade in our special configuration. What no store out there will do, they will not give you 5 flex pays at your local crafting store, and they're certainly not going to ship it to you absolutely free, but we will tonight. Lori Lynn joins me. She is the newest guest with, of course, Cricut and Provo Craft. Hello, darling.
Great to see you.
Very familiar with electronics, but also a passion for being creative.
Always a passion for being creative. Sell a lot of cameras, a lot of printers, have a lot of pictures, and now you want to do something wonderful with those pictures.
Absolutely.
And I'm time crunched, just like you, so it's great to have a device like this that really helps you save time and maximize your paper, and that's what I love about this the most.
Okay, so let's jump into what is a Cricut Expression 2.
This is, as you said, your personal cutting device, and this is a great, easy-to-use device that's going to do everything for you. It's going to save you so much time, so you can be really precise. You can make cuts that are 1/4 inch all the way up to 2 feet. So if you want to make banners, cards, if you're doing any type of scrapbooking at all, you're going to have unbelievable pages, because now they could be multi-dimensional with all the cutting that you could do. You can put down the scissors. You don't have to try to get in there and get those intricate shapes, because it's not going to happen the way that Cricut can do it. This Expression 2 machine is crazy easy and so cool. So take a look at this. Here's the new touchscreen. So this is that LCD touchscreen that makes it so intuitive for you. I'm just going to pick up my stylus here and pop in. This is going to work, by the way, with your Imagine cartridges and your Gypsy and any Expression cartridge you've ever owned. You're getting 2 preloaded cartridges, by the way, so that's a really fun thing in and of itself. And by the way, they're exclusive on the Expression 2. You can't get them anywhere else. So did you see what I just did? I just touched an image right here, and it popped right up into my virtual bar. So this bar is going to take me to the virtual mat. I can touch it at this point, and I can edit from here, but what I think I'd rather do is go ahead and go home. And this is going to take me to that virtual mat. And what we love about this is that now you can lay this out. So if you only have a 2x2 square of paper left, you're going to be able to put this in that square of paper and cut perfectly, because Cricut is so smart, it's going to do all of the calculations for you. Now, I just want to touch on this really quickly, because I want to show you some of the options. I'm going to show you autofill really quickly. By touching on this option, it's going to take my design and autofill it to go into my 12x12 page. We're including that 12x12 sticky mat for you, and we have a 12x24 available. Now, I'm going to touch it again, and when I do that, it takes away the autofill and goes back to my original image. So I'm just going to touch this. I want to make it slightly larger. So I'm going to touch on the pen right here, and it's going to bring up all of the image options. I can rotate it, flip it, move it all around on the mat. So take a look. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger here. I've got it at 4. I'm going to go ahead and just adjust up to 6. Once I have what I like, I'm going to save my work. And now I'm back to my virtual mat. It's going to automatically adjust it larger for me, and now I'm going to be ready to print. So I'm just going to go ahead here. I'm sorry, cut. And I'm going to go ahead. But you can pop in the markers and do some really cool printing with this, too. You can do printing with it. So that is certainly an option. We've got a coloring book we'll show you in just a little bit. But I'm just going to put my paper into the mouth of the machine right here. I'm going to just do my little load. It takes it right in. You're going to see some really cool advancements with this, because we even have a work area light that comes on so you can see what's going on. This is really cool, too. You can pop into have this menu, and now you can adjust the different types of paper. You can even name your favorites. So if you love to work with cardstock and that's the one you work with all the time, you can name it Suze's favorite and just pull that up at any moment. So I'm just going to touch right here. You have a couple of different options here and different choices. Are you really ready to cut? You want to make sure you're ready to cut, and when you are ready to cut, Cricut starts to cut.
And now you go get some coffee. This is the best part. You just let it do it.
Oh, yeah. You could watch the kids, go shopping with the girls, and you've got all these different things cutting right here on the mat right before your eyes.
Now, here's what I think is so exciting about this is the things that you can cut with it. A lot of times you're like, well, wait a minute, I do sewing. I'm a quilter. You know what? You can cut fabric.
You can.
You can do vellums with this. You can do stencils for home decor. And I got to show you one little trick. If you don't mind, I'm going to show you what I was busy doing today.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right, so for the very first time, now I've had my Expressions for a really long time. I have one of the original models. And the coolest thing I discovered today, and I know those of you who get it and you've been on this all the time are going to groan. If you're new, though, you got to listen to this part. I went on to the Cricut Craft Room. It's a free download, and what you do with that USB cable is you plug this in into your computer, and now all the things that Lori's doing become even easier because you see the whole mat on the screen. And all your cartridges talk to your own craft room, right? So just to give you an idea, I'm the thriftiest girl here at HSN, I swear to you. I had these 2 pieces of paper, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with these? So what I did, remember, I'm in the craft room, and I could have done this on board if I wanted to, and you certainly can, but it's so much easier with the craft room. These 2 little pieces of paper became a background shadow and the foreground on this stunning embellishment that I could do on a card or a scrapbook page or even use for home decor. And then I want you to see, if you've never seen the Cricut before, this is what wows everybody. Look at the intricacy of the cutting of this Cricut, and that's with regular paper, scrapbooking paper. I want to show you one more thing, and I'm going to set it down on the table. The other thing you can do on this craft, because obviously I just discovered it today, I know I've been using it the old way, is you can do what's welding letters. These are 3 separate letters, my initials, and I put them all together. And then I cut out the word celebrate, and I want you to see just how delicate and light that is, but that is how accurate the cutting is on the Cricut.
And you can weld together, as you said, in
and you can do the welding, which is what everybody really wants to do, is when all the letters come together into one big long line. So, you know, that's just scratching the surface, and thanks for letting me do that.
I love your pieces, though. They're so
But you know what's amazing? Most of the time in the past with scissors, all you could do was like maybe a square. You can't get that kind of intricacy.
And look at this. Look at, while you were talking and showing us off all of your cool projects, look at my cool project. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the intricate cuts, and keep in mind it could be any size and you're still going to get all of these intricate details. And then look at this, petals within petals here. So you have all these different elements that you can use. In a lot of cases, the outside can be used. You know, I just love that you can use every little bit of this. I'm like you. I use every little tiny bit of my paper when I'm crafting.
I got to tell you, and you can do this on the machine or you can do it online. I am so thrifty. I will do it in quarters.
I will too.
And I will put one color here, one paper here, one paper here, one paper here, and then you can see on the machine itself where you're going to place it all.
You can line it up perfectly, so you can load this mat with all different colors, and that way you can maximize it. So let's go through some of the cartridges and what you're going to receive with this. You're going to receive approximately 2,400 images. Is that crazy?
Wow.
So you're getting Cricut Essentials. This is already preloaded. This is one of the ones, the only way you can get it is on the Expression 2. So there are about 300 images here, and we love these. Great tags and borders and some fun swirls and some beautiful flowers are all here for you to play with. I think the heart is really pretty too.
And we're only showing you just a little handful of the images.
And by the way, we're also showing you the layering so you can see all of the pieces behind and giving you that nice pop of color and all the different things. Now you also have available right here, the alphabet, which is really cool as well. So this is something that's already preloaded. This is about 700 images in and of itself also. So a really nice different fonts that you can choose from, really nice sayings that you can choose from. And I love this. Warm my heart, new arrival, thank you, party. Aren't these pretty?
Well, like thinking of you, you can make a card out of here
That's
so
a perfect card. And then look at this cupcake with a little heart on it. Really fun little swirls, great things that could they could be snowflakes for wintertime. springtime. They could be flowers for spring. Lots of different ways to use those. Love the little swirls and the curly cues too on some of the fonts because they can be very simplistic or very intricate. All up to you, whatever you want to use. Then Type Candy. Now, this is really exciting. This has only been out a few months. You get 3 different fonts with this, along with numbers. You have a lot of fun things that you can do with and play with that, too. So if you're doing card scrapbooking, you want to do great titles, you've got some fun fonts to play with there. And then Garden Soup. This is literally 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old, fresh to the market. You're seeing it for the first time here. I know, aren't they so cute? The grass is greener. Look at the little rakes and look at all the flowers, bees.
All the critters.
Look at the little snails, too. Such cute things that you
look
can
at
do.
the little vegetables.
If
If you did recipe cards and you want to do a collection for Christmas and you put the vegetables dimensionality on the cards.
So cute.
I love this. You learn how to do boxes and envelopes.
And these are for the seed packets and some of the cool boxes that you can do, too. I mean,
that's
really.
Cute.
Yeah,
that
it's awesome.
is cute.
And then do you want to talk about sizes real quick?
Yes,
because
let's do that.
Sizes,
and then we'll cut again.
Yeah, I want to show you the background to the one that I just cut. But take a look at these sizes. You can go from a 1/4 inch. And I mean, this little tiny guy here, all the way up to 2 feet. And the great thing about this is you can do incrementally or you can do 1/10 of an inch all the way up to a 1/4 inch. So if you're looking for something really precise to put on the edge of your card or at the top of your card, you're going to have that precision that you're looking for with this. Now, I'm going to ask you. So here we are.
There.
We're getting bigger and bigger. I'm going to ask you to grab. Yeah.
There's the biggest guy.
So take a look at that all the way up to 2 feet.
Do you see? Wait, put your finger on that little teeny one.
Okay, I'll do that.
Up to over here. You can't even see where she's pointing at this point.
About
and
the
that's
size
okay.
of my pinky finger.
That's okay. You don't have to see it. I just want to show you how giant the images can become. And it's easy, 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 ladies. It's so simple to use. And I will recommend that Cricut Craft Room is a totally free download for Mac and for Windows.
Virtual Design Studio. Play to your heart's content there.
And it works with your machine and the cartridges that you plug into the machine. It actually talks to your machine and knows, and it's your own personal craft room. And it saves all your projects. It's just the neatest thing. And I know you're groaning if you've been using it for months now. And I'm just a newbie, but I wanted to share that with all of you who might not be familiar with it. Miss Sherry in Indiana, hi, you're on with Lori and HSN. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
Good.
Great,
We're having
you.
fun. So tell us your experience with your Cricut and why you love it.
Oh, I just love it. You can make anything, make it fit your page, make it fit your card. You can do any color you want to, use all the paper that you want to. You can even do the Grinch board, you know, cut it out. And I just love it. It has so many things that you can do.
Do you feel like, Sherry, you're much more creative and yet at the same time saving so much more time?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have the Cricut Expression.
Nice.
And I also have the Gypsy. And that is one thing I wanted to ask you. If I want to upgrade to the Cricut Expression 2, how do I divorce my cartridges from the Cricut Expression to go to the Cricut Expression 2?
Well, they should just work right in it.
It's going to work. It is absolutely going to work right in it. Yeah, absolutely. And then if you get started, Sherry, as I hope you do with the Cricut Craft Room, you're going to be able to share all of your, you know, everything that you have, all of your images between the Craft Room and between your Expression 2 and the Gypsy.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So
yeah, your cartridges work in any machine.
They do.
You never lose the information on the cartridges.
You always have it, Sherry.
Okay, well, I thought that they were married to each other and you couldn't use it on any other machine.
No,
it
ma'am.
Works.
In
it
fact,
all
I
works.
use Cricut Cake cartridges in my original Expressions machine. That's how I did the fancy one today.
They're interchanged,
okay?
yeah.
Well, Sherry,
Thank you,
enjoy
Sherry.
your new one. She's actually upgrading to that touch
I'm so
screen.
excited for you. I love it. Now, I just did a little background border. This was a really simple shape. It took 1 second. Did you see that?
It was really quick.
But look at how the effect is so pretty. Let me just grab this off the edge here. So beautiful when you start to layer, and that's what I love about this. All the creativity that comes through when you start popping all the different colors, and then you layer, and then you can start grabbing some of the other elements that came off of this, and you can start putting those inside. Now you have something that's really special and it's really intricate and interesting. And you're getting intricate intricacy, again, whether you're cutting that little tiny 1/4 inch size all the way up to 2 feet, it's just as intricate when you cut small.
That's true.
Which makes this really, really nice.
And I think Sherry really kind of hit the nail. And when I asked her, I said, you know, have you found out you're much more creative in less time? She's like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because can you imagine trying to cut any of the stuff out by hand? So we skip a lot of things. Or if you've been frustrated trying to make a card because you're like, how do I make it look good? You invest in this and use our Flex Pay. That is just so awesome. In this case, we have 5 Flex Pays. You're getting it home for, what is it? I can't read it. $65 and some change. And we're going to ship it to you absolutely free, so it doesn't cost a thing to ship it. But get it at home and really experience it for yourself. I have found that it has opened up a world of creative possibilities that were never, ever available before.
Well, that's just it. I mean, now that you have this touchscreen, it's so intuitive. And, you know, I know you probably do remember these overlays if you've experienced the Cricut Expression machine before. These overlays were how you saw the things that were underneath when you shifted. Right. This is all done on screen now, so it's really nice to have this big, beautiful color touchscreen. It makes it a lot easier. Of course, you are still going to get your little guidebook that takes you through and shows you all of your patterns and designs. So for each design, it shows you how it looks all layered up, and then there are 14 different options that go with it, which is really incredible. But again, you're just using your finger or your stylus and accessing it right from the button itself. It's almost like a computer or a typewriter in that you just touch shift, the shift key, and it takes you to all those different images. One of the things I love this too, because my eyes, I don't know about yours, but they're not what they used to be. You're going to be able to touch, there's a little magnifying glass button right over here on the side. You can touch this button and now you can go in and look at an image and you can see it full screen, which is a really nice way to see what the details look like before you cut. And this is really designed to be so intuitive. You know, I talked a minute ago about how Suzanne is with paper and how I am with paper, and I'm sure how you are too. We invest money in these papers. We want to get the most use possible. This machine really accommodates that because now you have a chance to really be precise with where you're putting all of the images. You can put them anywhere on the paper. You can start in the middle of the paper.
Oh, and I shove mine really close together. You should see there's hardly a hair between images.
Right? Exactly.
I'll put a little space, but not much. And you really do. You end up not wasting. Like a lot of times in the old days, you'd use a original Cricut. You know, you kind of knew where it was going to go, and then you end up wasting the whole page because you're just trying to get 3 different images and they're all over the place.
Exactly.
Now it's much more exact, and it's actually simpler because you don't have my original Cricut Expressions has a ton of buttons you got to figure out. That's why I'm in love with the craft room. But I'll tell you what, this touch screen has made it so much easier and so much more intuitive. Please also remember, this is a brand new configuration for us as well. Free shipping and handling and 5 Flex Pay, all for today for, of course, our craft month. And they put this configuration together specifically for you. And I do want to mention again, you get the machine, which is so much fun to use. You're getting 4 cartridges total, 2 that are included with it automatically, and then just because you're shopping here with HSN, you're getting 2 more cartridges included with our exclusive configuration. That's $100 right there. You're saving $100 extra getting the extra 2 cartridges. You also are going to get your USB cable, which is good. Again, hook it to your computer. You get the updates for your Cricut. You get the instructions. You get the mat. You're going to get the cutting blade to go with it as well. So everything with that free SNH and 5 Flex Pay. The only thing that you are going to miss out on is obviously if they sell out before our day's over. So it's just a terrific buy. Let's show them, if you don't mind, all the kind of substances it can go through.
Yeah, let's do that. This is really cool because it really cuts more than you would imagine. I was so blown away when I saw all the different things that you could do with this. So you have these beautiful glitter cardstocks that you can use. Of course, it's going to look amazing. Look at that when it catches the light. So pretty. You also have lots of other cool specialty papers that you can use, the metallic papers. Any of these are going to be perfect. I'm out here just using regular cardstock and it looks great. Fabric. If you use that stabilizer, this is going to be perfect for that. So you just want that stiffener.
And that's for quilters. If you love applique work, you're going to love just using it for the fabric.
The fabrics are great. So think about all the things that you can do with that. Maybe sew a little something onto a baby onesie. Very, very cute with that. Cute. This is felt. So this is that treated felt, giving you a chance to give something maybe a little furry effect if you're going to do a soft baby book. Really, really fun way to cut there. Here's one of my favorites, fun foam. I did all my Christmas cards with these little fun foam characters, but I didn't have the Expression 2 at that time. Oh, so it was the one and only request I made for Christmas. This was the one gift I had to have, and I'm so thrilled to now be a Cricut girl. Take a look at the vinyl, too. Love that because it gives it a little bit of shine, easy to work with,
and by the way,
impact.
Vinyl is the really high-end, decor thing now. You do these things like, you know, family, friends, and fun, and you put it on the wall. That's what you're seeing vinyl. And now you cut your own.
Absolutely. And this is chipboard, of course, so that's, you you know, kind of thick. You wouldn't imagine that it can really cut all that
and I
super
think
well.
A lot of people are surprised because, like, chipboard, I mean, that's like, think puzzle pieces are made of chipboard.
Exactly.
That's how effective that cutting is. And look at the detail on that chandelier. I mean, to cut chipboard that accurately without ripping it?
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like mind-blowing to think all that Cricut can do. Then you also have the stencil material. So if you want to do that border around a baby's room or you want to do stencils, perfect. Acetate also. You might not think about it, but just one of the many things that you can obviously do with this. And you said it earlier, but I always like to use it kind of towards the end as a surprise, vellum, which is super delicate. I mean, this is amazing that your Expression 2 is going to be able to give you that kind of intricate details, like on the chipboard, but with vellum, which is something at the other end of the spectrum in terms of, you know, just being very, very delicate. And then also the magnet material. I love that. How much fun is this?
And magnet material's thick.
It is thick and rubbery.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
This is really kind of rubbery, so this is a really great way for you to cut all of these different surfaces.
Hey, Lori, before you go to your next demo, I do want to mention one thing. And,
Sure.
and we have 2 starter kits for the Cricut on hsn.com.
Yes.
The one that was designed specifically for this is available. I have 500 of them. They're on 2 FlexPays. And the only reason I want to mention it is because you get the vinyls we were talking about.